And so, beloved masters, greetings on this day. We want to speak to you about a mantra that I've been talking about a great deal lately, and it is really something to deeply consider. When we say a mantra, a lot of people like to learn the words and say them, but we're going to suggest that as you say these words, each word, take the time to feel it, to really feel inside of yourself, deep within you, feel the word. Get beyond the intellectual meaning of it into the resonant harmony with your soul center that can help you to actually live the word, live its meaning, put it into effect in your life, day in, day out. Make sure that you experience, for example, the first word, relax. Well, the logical mind knows what relax means. It also knows how to stop it. So, beyond what relax may mean, beyond the resistances that you may experience when you begin to think about relaxing. Just breathe and feel. Breathe and feel. Allow things that you experience, you may not even know what they are, but you can certainly feel their limitations. So breathe, relax, release. The next word is release. If you will not allow yourself to relax, then it's very challenging to release. So, in order to release, it is good to begin to program your body energetically, not by the mind's wit, but by the feel of relaxation. Because the mind still wants to run everything that's going on in the outer world. And even, why would you believe you could relax? So, moving yourself into the center where it's quiet, where it's calm, where it's peaceful, where you are with you and you're not fending off the invasion of 8 billion minds on the planet to come inside where you are in the love and the protection of the divine. And this is not a religious experience, because when you come into yourself and you connect with yourself, it goes beyond the vibrational frequency of religion, which may have a specific deity that may have a specific set of rules, that may actually have a lot of intellectual belief systems that now in this time can simply lead to conflict. So as you enter your holy temple within, dearly beloved masters, leave everything outside but your own willingness to focus. Relax. Just let your muscles go. You can start at the crown of your head and release downward. You can start at the soles of your feet and perhaps consider you're allowing everything that is not about your good to simply flow into the earth, into the sacred earth, into the earth that is filled and has been filled from the very beginning of creation. It is filled with spiritual essence. Yes, it's earth. Yes, her people are physical beings, but it is that you can simply allow your heart and soul to be open to the connection with the Earth Mother, to the connection with goddesses, to the connection with the masters who are walking among you every day to help you come home to yourself. Dearly beloved, amazing, divine, creative masters. As you're relaxing, you begin to open the releasing process. Just allowing anything that's stored in your muscles that has caused aggravation, irritation, things from other lifetimes. You don't need to know what they are, because you are preparing yourself to move into a more accelerated time of not knowing the future, of being absolutely clear within yourself. You don't know the future, of getting comfortable as you are releasing, clearing a space, getting comfortable with the fact that in all honesty, you've never known what the future is. You had thoughts, you had ideas, you had plans. You are creative masters. You have desires. You have passions. You have requirements. But the absolute guarantee that what you focus on is exactly what you are going to get is something that gets to be released. Because the mind has a tendency when it decides that it wants something, it visualizes. Yes, that's a very important part of creation. And focus on the desire to have what you are calling in your life for the highest good of all concerned is an important and necessary step as you're releasing things that have blocked your good, beliefs, mindsets, teachings of your lineage, teachings of your religion, teachings of your society, to come to the center of you and remember, this is where I am this life. But I have lived thousands of lifetimes. And so the conflict that I am making inside of my head about what other people are doing is simply denying myself being comfortable with the wholeness of all that I am. All of the lifetimes I've lived, all of the dreams and desires I've had that were suitable or inappropriate to the situations in that time. But it's not to judge. It's to simply know now, in this moment, I am the sum total of every experience I've ever had. So, who are you at the core of your being? Who are you truly? Who are you in love, purely? That everything that you have experienced has been a building block. It doesn't have to be a blockage, but it is a building block, a stepping stone for moving forward, for expanding and growing, for learning about you. And the further that you've come along, the more different experiences you've had. And dearly beloved masters, no one has really had all of the experiences of their multitudinous lives on Earth. You've been in other places, perhaps other star systems in this universe. Perhaps you have lived in other places, other planets, other understandings in a different universe. And the logical mind begins to want to shut down. Too much information, too big to consider, too complicated, too confusing. But is it? If you come to center and you recognize, you may envision it, you may feel the energy of it, but in the center, in the solar plexus, there is a portal that connects you to things beyond this physical being that you are in this lifetime. Things that can ground you, things that can heal you, things that can support you, things that can teach you that there is so much more to who you are than just what you have learned to be inside of this physical form. Every cell of this form is divinely made, divinely imbued. Then how is it that the planet in this time is in such chaos? As you are seeking to relax, dearly beloved masters, simply leave that question outside of your holy space. If you're going to relax, then focus on letting go of the tight, confined, painful, immobile places in your physical body, in your emotional nature, in your logical mind. Relax. Just let the energy flow through you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. and release what you can today. Release what you can in the moment that it occurs to you to relax. No sorting. No trying. No figuring out what you must keep and what you must let go. Because it's time to release everything. What a terrifying idea, the logical mind says. How fearsome. Because control is considered the only way to survive in this physical place. So if you let go of everything, you're letting go of control. In the soul center, in your divine place of feeling connected, you can let go. You can let go and begin to find out who am I? How long has it been since you took stock of who you are? How long has it been since you wondered who you have become over 1,000 or more lifetimes? Black, white, red, yellow, brown, green, purple, orange, things you could not imagine, beings that you wouldn't believe. And yet, when you experienced them, that was you. So as you relax, as you release, even the logical mind says, how can I criticize? How can I condemn? How can I judge anyone else for their differences when I have been so many different beings throughout my lifetimes? Beings that my soul choice to experience took me into a multitude of different places, a multitude of life experiences that fit for that particular phase of your learning. For every life has been an education. Every experience has made you wiser. Every choice has helped or perhaps hindered in the moment, the ability to choose wisely. Because, yes, every place is different in the vastness of creation, and yet everything is still God. It's still of one creation. The multitudes of different places and spaces, the multitudes of universes, the multitudes of beings, people, animal, even what the mind of logic now in this time would call dead, a rock. Many people look at a rock and say it's dead because they've moved so far out of connection with that inner space that even if they pick the rock up, they may not feel its life force. The more you let go of the limitations that you've accumulated through the lifetimes in this physical form, the more sensitive you become to the divine in everything. The rock has a vibration, it has stories to tell. The trees are not inanimate because they don't get up and walk around. They have a root system that connects them to trees all over the planet. They have a connection, a sharing of information and wisdom that they don't withhold from each other. They share that there is a fire. They share that there is a flood. They share that the earth is moving and changing. And they communicate. And yes, their ability to communicate takes quite a bit longer than the logical mind of a human being. The seasons come and go, and the trees simply move with it. They sing the spring song, deep and low within themselves. The vibrations move out into the air, and yes, people feel them, and people may feel in their soul center, I feel spring. There's still snow on the ground, or there's still winter to pass, but I feel spring coming. As summer emerges, the song of the trees becomes more inspirational. They sing in the breezes that transmutes themselves over the world, and the winds that blow in the hurricane or the tornado, and the trees speak of it. They sing their autumn song as the sap begins to move back down toward the roots so that they can rest through the winter. And then they sleep. And yet, as they sleep, they are not dead. To the eyes of a human being that isn't connected, they might look dead. Certainly, their leaves fall, and with the evergreens, the green diminishes to yellow or brown, but it's a part of their cycle, how they celebrate their life. The animal kingdom and the cycles that they follow. And yet humanity very often would disdain the animal kingdom and think they are lower and dismiss their value because they can't sit necessarily and have a conversation with an intellectual being. Yet how many converse with their pets? How many love their horses? How many delight in going out in nature and seeing the deer, the antelope, the bear, the wolf, the fox? How many really do feel the communications of the animal world and what is considered inanimate? But it's time, as you release, to let go of judgment, first against yourself. For humanity has spoken to each other with a great deal of cruelty over many lifetimes. It isn't that anyone is truly, as some might say, rotten to the core. It is much more that they have moved away from their core. They've forgotten that connection within. And in these times, the fear, the anxiety, the distress as control is falling away. Oh, it would appear, yes, in the outer world that there are those that are taking control of the planet. But you can't really do that because the essence and energy of the soul functions at a much higher frequency than the affairs of Earth in general. So what you are releasing, what you are letting go, is how the hurts of life, the slings and arrows of fickle fate, how those you trusted turned out not to be trustworthy, or as the logical mind can say, they let me down. As you release, you are making a space, potentially, as you're willing, you are filling up with the strength, the courage, the truth, the integrity, the wisdom, the passion to create that doesn't need, that doesn't believe that I can't get along without you. The love of humanity causes people to have deep emotional connections and to love intensely. But the need to have someone to lean on is something that truly, as you release it, you begin to draw into you not only a new sense of yourself for moving forward, but you reconnect with the deep well of wisdom inside of you. And the wisdom that the relationship is greatest when there is not the need. Two souls dancing while the winds of heaven play about them and through them. And you feel the deep connection, but it isn't exclusive. I can love only you. And if I should love someone else also, the logical mind says betrayal. And that it is the ways of the earth, the teachings of the mind that you can only love one. And in that, dearly beloved masters, you get left out. Because if you love so deeply and you can only love one, it leaves you out. Because the outer world focuses outer. And so, after lifetimes of living away from yourself, it is time to come home. The renewal. I relax, I release, Give yourself time. Do not say, I've got 1 hour to be with myself and set an alarm because your logical mind will be focusing on how much time I have. And the truth is, you've got all the time that you require. But the outer world has made laws about time. The outer world has made laws that make you believe what's going on out there is so much more important than you are. So the renewal is filling up again. The renewal is coming home to yourself. The renewal is recognizing clearly, consciously, in a level of awareness that you may not have experienced in eons of time. This is who I am. How does it feel to be inside of you living? How does it feel to really experience when I lift my hand, I feel the impulse, the desire, fire in the neurons of my brain, not painfully, unless you're resisting, but energetically. I become familiar with the workings of my nervous system, muscles, tendons, skin, all layers, bones. I feel them. And logic says, then how do I have time to have a job, have a family, have a relationship? Because the more you are inside of yourself, experiencing you from the inside, the more, dearly beloved masters, you become omnipresent. I'm here, and I can experience all that I am, and I can know that very much like, shall we say, someone that is in charge of how the equipment works. I can know what's going on, but it isn't a distraction. It's a loving thing. It is an important piece of my beingness. I feel who I am. I know who I am in an expanded way that is so different because I have been taught over thousands of lifetimes I'm small, smaller, small so that I can fit in this body. And yet you haven't really spent a great deal of time living in your physical form in many lifetimes. How can that be? Because everything, dearly beloved masters, everything is about energy. We repeat this, and the logical mind says, yeah, 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 and goes on. But the truth of it is, no matter how solid anything in this place, this earth, looks, no matter how solid the moon when they landed on it, no matter how solid Mars may seem to be as the explorers rove, it's still energy. It's all energy frequencies. And so, dearly beloved masters, it is an imperative that as you release, you come home to yourself. Relax so that you can move freely through your whole body energetically. Release and let spirit help you to let go of energies that you have held so tightly that it's as though they've made a space in your physical form, affecting the joints, affecting the blood flow, affecting the organs. Where are you holding your stress, your tension? Release, release. You don't need to know what you're letting go of. Just let go of all of it. The logic needs to know so it can say what you can have and what you can't. And there are, in these times, as the earth is moving to a whole new place, a whole new frequency, the way of life is changing. The physical form will begin to change. But it is as you are letting go of what you've held on to, it in and of itself allows you to be more. When you let go of the resistance, when you let go of holding on to things that you may not even remember why you had them, things from other lifetimes. Humans, many of them, have a tendency to be hoarders, and they hold on to things and stuff. Some of them are doing their best to hold on to money. But it is when you are making an effort to hold on to something, it inhibits your ability to really be in the flow, feel the flow, experience the flow. So, dearly beloved masters, the renewal is moving in. In some ways, the renewal is beginning to assist you, perhaps even if you didn't ask for it. Yes, you have free will. You have free will to make choices, but when it is a cosmic situation, which it influences all of the souls on this ball, the human beings, the animal world, when it is that you experience a limitation and it influences the whole because you are a part of the whole, then the, you might say, universal energy begins to move into place because it's time for the beginning of the next experience. Dearly beloved, amazing, divine, creative masters, divine masters. But control was an energetic aspect of this particular experience. And in the next one, the opportunities to live once more integrated with yourself, in love with the whole, with the ability to share without a fear of not enough, to remember the magic that many would absolutely avow in these times, that that magic of creation is evil, that you should leave it alone, you should have nothing to do with it. And they might say it's bad for you, but the truth of it is the ego mind knows that if you begin to remember your magic, it's time, as a dominating force is done. It is time for the ego mind, the logical way of seeing things, which is quite limited, to begin to come down out of center stage and become a part of the whole. For those who feel lonely, becoming part of the whole can make you feel like you belong again, like you have value again, like you're worth something again. But, dearly beloved masters, it starts with you allowing your energy to begin to expand. The more you relax, the more the energy expands. The more you relax, the more the blood flows easily. The oxygen moves. It moves through the cells. It stimulates the nervous system. The lymphatics flow beautifully. And you can feel healthier than you felt in a long long time, perhaps many lifetimes. The health of each individual is truly their choice. It should never be the choice of someone else choosing for them, because each individual is so divinely unique. And yet, like cells in the body, each individual influences the whole with their mental health, their physical health, their emotional health, and spirit guides it. But spirit cannot make anyone accept who they are. That is up to you. But things are changing. Things are changing and you're changing. Things are becoming new. Things are different. You're different. And no matter how you attempt to ignore how different it is, you're feeling it. You're changing. The renewal is moving in. It's moving into each physical bodies, emotional, mental, physical. But it's also moving in such a way that a lot of the separation that has been encouraged by logic wanting to be in control with the whole. And so you may feel from your heart of hearts, from the Lord God of your being, a desire to share. And yet, right now, it is being unleashed on the planet that sharing is a waste of time, that you only associate with certain people and you don't share, because sharing opens you up to that cosmic closeness. It allows you to feel where things are going. So, dearly beloved masters, relax, release, renew. Give yourself time to get comfortable with it. And it will take some time because it's a new thing. As ancient as it is, it's new to this particular stage of experience. Allow yourself to really integrate with the peace, the power, the purity of this new becoming. The more that you connect with it, the more you live it, the more you will find it serves you in an instant. For logic can't make up its mind. Well, what do you think I ought to do? Well, I'm not sure if I should do that. Well, maybe I should do this. I wonder if I did the wrong thing. The inner knowing of a truth that is powerful in its rightness for you, not a rightness that will turn you against others, but dearly beloved masters, much more a feeling of being so right with the whole that you begin to feel, I belong. You begin to feel, I am worthy. You begin to feel, I am good, not good enough, because enough is the limit of the logical mind. There's enough and not enough, but there's never enough. But when you have plenty, plenty is the availability of all that you require in the moment, all that you require for your creation, all that you require to have health and well-being now, right now. So, dearly beloved masters, the beauty of knowing yourself requires that you make the effort to relax so that the energy can flow, can move, can cleanse, can clear, can replenish, can fill you up. And in that, you will feel the power to be yourself without a war. You will feel the glory of the truth of you without having to defend that to anyone. You will feel the wonder of you in all that you are without trying to explain it to someone else. The inner knowing. Relax, release, and allow yourself to renew as you are moving through and changing into the new becoming. The outer world will continue to be as it is. But those of you that are willing to connect within, to make that clearing, to allow that fulfillment, you can move in the world without the fear that those who do not know their inner connection carry. You can become a blessing. You can become a teacher. But teachers are always looking to learn. So learn, investigate, get to know yourself. And in that, learn about how the world came to be this way. look at history and find that, yes, the old phrase, history repeats itself, has happened again and again and again, but never have the planets been in the positions that they are all together in this time. So there is a cosmic preparation for this earth, this universe to change. And all of the beings, human and otherwise, are making changes with it. Where will you go? This mantra, this close association with your inner self can help you to move through the affairs of life in these times without heart palpitations or the fight or flight syndrome upsetting your adrenals. Forgive the word fight from your vocabulary, because fighting is a defensive stand. And if you are on the defensive, you cannot allow your good to come in, because you're prepared for war, not for receptivity and revitalization and the reuniting of all that you are with divine creation. These are times of change, and they will change. You will change. How you allow it will have a lot to do. As they are saying, here in the United States now, you can do it the hard way or you can do it the easy way. But I can assure you that neither way they're thinking about is really too pleasant. But in you, connected to the divine, feeling that flow of spirit, you can allow it to be a beautiful experience. And you can share that experience, because when it doesn't matter whether someone accepts your gifts, they're given freely. When it doesn't matter whether someone approves of all of your choices, it's all right. Approve of yourself in love. We are there to assist you as you are willing, as you are open. In the greatest of love, I bid you adieu.